You gonna put him to sleep? That's gonna be my new thing.
Okay. So two things.
So like it was visually appealing. Like when you go into a record store, that's when there were those things. There would be like these shelves, and you would see like bright lime green, bright blue, bright red. Like Mia X had a bright ass red. Like the CD case was just solid red with like her cover. Mystical Silk the Shocker had a white one. Mysticals was like royal blue.
Wow.
Ghetto D was bright ass orange. Like
that's hard.
It was super visually appealing. So you would like your eyes were drawn straight to it. Like, I mean, that's a genius marketing ploy.
I know this is off topic, but I just want y'all to know Tom Segura is from Cincinnati, Ohio. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's he reminds me of my fucking mom. Where
that's not him.
Oh no, that's not Tom Segura.
That guy isn't Tom Segura. That's somebody that was on his
just
podcast.
A comedian that like takes a bunch of audio clips.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, you said Tom Segura, like look it up, Tom Segura, and I was like, I looked it up and it says Ohio. So we're all incorrect. I just wanted to know.
It's just a clip that I found on his
I wasn't way off. Question that was just
I said we were way off. If he was from Ohio, we would have been.
I was like, that was the name I was told to look up. So I looked up and it was like, we're a little far south.
Either way, Tom is like reminds me of my mom where. I swear to God, they sound like Americans. They sound like Americans when they speak English, and then when they go to Spanish, it's like full blown, fucking just like, whoa, holy shit, where did that fucking person come from?
He does a whole podcast, like he does his version of his podcast in Spanish.
Yeah, man.
I see that he works with his wife and stuff. I was like, that's cool.
Christina.
Yes, hey, so y'all drinking? I'm over here. I just took
some shrooms.
Some
what is pig pussy pork?
Weed right now.
I am drinking. I haven't drank since I've been back from Colorado, so like 2-3 weeks now.
Okay.
What's wrong with you? You trying to stay sober?
Ocean water with tequila. Huh?
She's sipping now.
Ocean water with tequila.
She's sipping now.
Okay.
I am drinking lemon shake up margarita.
Smoking with you, my G.
Respect.
I got a blunt rolled up right now.
Hell yeah.
No, when you like
question, when you talk about taking shrooms, do you just microdose them or do you go full-fledged?
I'm microdosing right now because I'm kind of trying to like feel super fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? I got edibles over here. I got weed.
Oh, it's a good weekend. It's a good weekend.
Yeah. I'm not trying to trip out. I'm not hallucinating shit. But if I do, I'll take the whole eighth. Like if I'm trying to.
I'll take the whole eighth.
What's your means of down the hatch? You just pop them, or do you like eat them with a brownie or whatever? Like people used to be like, oh, eat them with a chocolate chip.
You just eat them. Just eat them.
I just eat them.
It's like Earth.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
They taste good. They're good. It's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm used to it now. When I first got them, I drink it like you can put it in tea or put it in a sandwich or put on your pizza or some shit. But I'm used to it.
If you're a real nigga, you just eat it.
Yeah, you just get like cheesecloth and you wad them up and put it in some cheesecloth and just let the cheesecloth soak in the hot water.
This nigga.
I mean, that's what I've heard.
You lived a serious life, didn't you, Adam?
Adam had some problems. Okay, Adam may or may not have been.
Adam, have you done LSD?
Oh yeah.
Come on, you're talking to a white dude.
That's the white boy vibes.
That's that white shit, bro.
Low key, I'm trying to find out. Bro.
It would bother me trying to do it now. Like I already know it would. I know it would because I probably have talked about it so many times. If I went hard with it, I know I would have a bad trip because not being able to see, I think, would be the problem. Like I would be convinced. The last time I did it was when I could see. So doing it again, it would probably open up some
weird mental shit.
Yeah, where it's like I can't fucking see now what's going on. I have a bad trip. So
yeah.
The psychedelic side of it is like.
I feel you. Cautious.
I never thought about that shit. I never thought because a lot of people would ask me how drugs would treat me if I was, as being blind for most of my life, and I could honestly tell you I don't fucking know the difference. I couldn't tell you the difference.
You only know one way.
You only know one way or the other, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I lost my sight by 5 I wasn't gonna pop LSD at 5. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly can't tell you. No.
Yeah. I have audio hallucinations sometimes, so I wonder, like, I guess I'd have visual shit too. Like, I've had audio hallucinations off of doing edibles. But
I've never had hallucinations off of drugs. I always made sure to never get to that point because that freaks me out. The idea of that.
You ain't never.
No.
You ain't never
I've had audio ones too.
I love
it does.
Yeah, I swear me and Label was even talking about this. I swear one time, bro, you told me you was listening to a song and you started hearing extra frequencies in the bass and shit. Like, you'll start hearing extra shit. Shit start tripping you out, sounding different. Was that not you?
Things.
But are you hearing extra things, or are you more in tune with what you're hearing?
I don't think. First of all, I don't think that was me. But I also don't. I definitely have said. I definitely have said. That I feel
very well could not have been you.
Realist answer.
So like acid for me is like when you're not acid, like there's two types of feeling. Like one is hallucinogenic, sure. You see and can hear things that aren't there, but the other type of, like, sometimes it just feels really good. Like I literally could not get a 4-hour smile off my face. Like, it was so hard. I honestly think that's all
equated to the amount that you take, though. If you're only taking X amount, you're not going to go into hallucination stage. If you take one more tab or one more drop, it's going to put you over that boundary and into another realm. Like,
I've only ever had.
I would say that I've also taken the same amount that made me feel that way, and also seen stuff from a different dealer, though.
I can say I've only ever had hallucinations based off of sickness. Have you guys ever been so sick where you hallucinated something?
I know what
you're talking about, like a high fever.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have, bro.
That is the only time I've ever hallucinated.
That's a severe ass fever, though.
That's got to be really high up there for you to have that.
You killed some neurons, bro.
Nigga,
you killed some neurons.
Vaporized some shit.
Yeah, no, that was some shit. I'll never forget that, boy. I was sick as fuck.
What did you see?
It was fucking weird, bro. Like, I saw my fucking, like my aunt was coming in and, like, we were having a full fucking conversation and shit. It was fucking weird.
Was it like that state in between when you be asleep? Like, you was laid out, right? Finna go to sleep?
I was waking up. I was waking up. I had already woken up. And I had taken medicine, and I was, like, laying there, and I'm like, holy shit. And I remember asking my mom, like, was my aunt down here just a few minutes ago? She's like, no. And she's like, were you hallucinating? I'm like, fuck yeah, I probably was. Shit.
It happened to me twice. So... back in 2014, it happened to me. I was in a hospital and I had got out the ICU, but I still was in the PCU, which is like the level right under. And I got a post-op infection, and I had a really, really high fever. So I would hallucinate, and I would, like, forget that people came to see me. I would forget what I was saying. I would, like, freak out at night. It got so bad that they had to, like, strap me down. And I lost 2 weeks, and I call it, like, my lost days. Like, I don't remember. There's 2 weeks in 2014 in February that I don't remember at all. Because I was hallucinating so much because of a fever. And then it happened, but prior to that, it happened to me once before. I have gastroparesis, but before I found that out, in order to find out that you have a lot of digestive disorders, they make you eat these radioactive eggs. You eat them, and then you lay under this x-ray machine that takes pictures as the food travels through your body. But my body doesn't digest the way that it's supposed to. Like, most of the time, your body starts digesting food within 30 minutes. It took me like 3 days to get that stuff out of my system.
Oh my god!
And I lost my fucking mind.
Holy shit!
Like, I was hearing voices.
How uncomfortable was that, Michelle? My goodness, like, I can't even imagine.
It was insane. I was scared. Like, I was jumpy. I was hearing voices. I was seeing, like, it was like very psychedelic. I was seeing a lot of colors that were not. I mean, it was crazy. That's like hallucinating is no joke, especially because I've been a high partial for most of my life, but I didn't have enough vision to differentiate what I was actually seeing. So I was straight terrified for like 3 days. I had to start making people announce when they were in my space. Like,
Yeah, that's
it was
crazy.
nuts. And then they tried to tell me a couple of years later, like, we need to check your gastroparesis. We need to do this test again. I was like, no, I'll never take that medicine
Pass.
ever again.
Damn, that's crazy.
So I know we have a lot of blind and visually impaired people that fuck with the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it tends to be a fairly normal thing in the community of trouble sleeping and things like that, 24/7 thing, whatever they call that shit. Whatever.
924.
Non-24.
24, thank you. And
You don't know. Quit trying to fit in.
no, I don't. Facts, I don't. It's all good. I don't. But I got on Ambien like early when I first lost my sight, like back in like 2002.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know much about it. And I was, I basically couldn't drive at that point, but it was like it was like fucking with my sleep. So I could see enough to like maneuver and get around and do what I needed to do. Just couldn't drive. So I get these Ambien, and the doctor's just like, take this and just get in bed. Just get in bed. You don't need to do anything. Don't take it and then go brush your teeth and do this and do that. Just do what you need to do and then take it and get in bed. You don't just do it. And so I take this and I'm like laying there in bed, and I get up to go talk to my mom because like something's not right. And she had this huge like rainbow looking comforter on her bed. And we had 2 black cats, and they were both on the edge of the bed. And I look at my mom and look at the cats. I'm like, this shit is crazy, Mom. And she's like, what are you talking about? It's
really
like, I feel like I'm on an acid trip right now. And that got her attention because what do you mean? What do you know about taking acid? I'm like, don't worry about that. Swallowing up the cats. The colors were like swallowing up the cats. They were like swirling around the cats and shit.
Oh shit!
Like, the cats are falling into your bed. Like, what is happening to your bed, Mom? She's like, just go to bed. Go lay down. I was like, I can't sleep on this right now. There's no way. I feel like I'm wasting it if I go to sleep right now.
I feel like I'm wasting.
I'm wasting it. I gotta live life.
That is the
I
truth.
gotta go see how shit is. Yes.
That's
yes.
what a druggie takes.
This is what a drug mind. No, let me tell you. You try to get high to go to sleep, and then you just be like, bro, this feel too good. I'm finna go.
I gotta stay up now.
What I'm doing. Yeah.
Dahlia,
creativity is fun.
one mic. Dahlia, go ahead.
The only time that I visually had like hallucination was this one time that I had a really bad anxiety attack or panic attack.
Right.
And they put me on a med that was like really strong, anxiety med. And before that, I was on the lowest dose that they can put me on because I didn't want to be on anything higher than that. But that time I was in the hospital and they asked me like, oh, what medicine are you taking? And I told them. And I guess they like upped my dosage. They must have.
Jesus.
And they're like, okay, go home, right? So all right, fine, forget whatever, right? So I go home. I swear to you, I think I was sitting down in my living room for like an hour staring at a fucking tiger. I'm like, dude, it's so trippy.
I'm not gonna lie,
the tiger was just there.
Mushrooms are aggressive, and mushrooms definitely. I mean, just like any drug, but mushrooms definitely. You have to be in a good headspace. You have to be in a happy moment in your life. You cannot take those if you're like depressed, if you're freaking out, because mushrooms really will take however you're feeling and just, oh my God, it will fucking enforce that shit about 50,000 fucking times, dude. Oh, I love shrooms.
That's acid in general too. They would always say that. Be around good people. Be in a good spot.
Because you gotta have a good trip, right? Yeah,
I think
you want to have a bad trip.
I think acid is sincerely dangerous. Like, I mean, definitely be in a good headspace.
It can be,
no question.
Sure.
But with acid specifically, you want to be very fucking careful. There are a few guys in the CIA who actually died fucking with that shit back in the 70s.
Yeah,
and more people who have gone nuts. More people who have gone nuts, and more people who have died after. So acid specifically, it is to be taken a little bit more seriously. Out of all the softcore drugs, which I do consider acid to be a softcore drug. But
What's hardcore then? Coke?
What's hardcore? Crack, coke.
Would it be coke?
Heroin,
Yeah.
liquor.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
A
definitely.
liquor can
Yes,
get you to
yes.
that point. I've had
Nah,
that
liquor is
audio. Of me
definitely-
I
with liquor.
put acid, heroin.
It's
meth,
legal, but that doesn't make it
those are going to be hardcore. Coke, I don't think Coke is hardcore. Coke is
I
just
wouldn't consider
is an
acid hard at all.
addicting type of
I
drug.
would.
Coke, I'd definitely say.
So what do you consider
hard.
shrooms?
Crack,
Is
I mean-
shrooms softcore porn?
Shrooms is kind of in between somewhere. Like I
Shrooms
think
is
some
soft as
people
fuck.
could categorize it as a hardcore drug because of the hallucinogenic
I'd say
Mm-hmm.
sound. is harder than
hallucinogenic
shrooms.
side of it.
Sure.
Because it can really fuck you up. But if you do shrooms right, I mean, and again, you got to think it's natural, right? Like whereas acid is something
Well,
that's
hold
made.
on.
Somebody's making.
Think of it this way. The way I'm looking at it is how it affects the human body, right? So not so much. So acid, I think acids. I'm saying you should take it more seriously, partially because we made it. Yes, absolutely.
Right, it's chemicals.
And but that's also the reason why I'm saying that shrooms, weed, salvia, and so much of these other things are soft. We didn't make them, and the chances of you actually getting seriously injured on them in the way that they affect you are just that much less. But I also look at alcohol. How does alcohol affect you? How does coke affect you? How does crack affect you? How does crystal meth? There's something in common with all of
Yo,
these.
I used to drive
things
like
that I'm
Mario
calling
Andretti
hard
on
RMI.
alcohol.
Is that supposed to give you
You're-
confidence?
you're
What
Irish.
does that mean?
I was a better driver 100% when I was
You're
driving.
Irish.
You're
You're white.
Okay, you're
people
saying you're
can-
better.
Some people can handle it more, like
Yeah.
like.
Well,
that-
yeah, I'm with Dan, dude. I mean, you
Yeah.
being a freak of nature does not bring.
Yeah,
anything to the
that
rest of the
doesn't
world.
mean
I
that's
mean,
for everybody
I'm
else,
glad
okay?
that you have genetics that are based in a land of no snakes.
Yeah, most of the time, I really wish people who actually drink and drive killed themselves. I really do wish they actually fucking just killed themselves and took
I
themselves
agree,
off of the
I
planet of the
was
earth.
16 or 17.
No,
I
really,
tend to agree,
I
actually.
really really
tend to
believe
agree
that.
with
I
Dan on
really
this one.
believe that if you decide to hop into
Yeah.
a 2-ton machine and drive around impaired, you should fucking kill yourself. Okay? I really live.
It's a fuck
I
thing.
live
It's a
by
fuck.
that.
It's a fuck thing to do, especially considering.
I mean, you're
we take
16,
kids everywhere.
17. You're dumb. Thank God you're a lot smarter now. But definitely, I mean, well, I'm trying to give you credit here. You said you don't want us to be your friend. I'm trying to be nice, okay? Let me be nice for a second. You were dumb. Now you're smarter. I would hope that you would not jump into a 2-ton machine.
Teenagers do stupider. Teenagers do stupider shit than drive drunk.
Yeah, but I think that if you're a certain
DUIs
age,
be adding up.
well, even if you get a DUI, those people should just be fucking killed. I don't care. Don't call it a mistake.
Well, I can tell you,
You know what you're
that
doing.
Mentality, that
My
mentality
brother's
too,
going
when
funny
you
for you.
are when you're an athlete and a pretty good athlete, that mentality that you hear people talk about, like, oh, I'm invincible, I can get away, I can pull the "do you know who I am" card. Like, not that I'm not saying I could, but I'm just saying, like, people that think they can do that, there's definitely a mentality that you get put into, like, or that you put yourself into, of like, nothing will stop me, nothing's going to stop me. And in high school, I had a little bit of that mentality just because I was good at what I did when it came to like sports. So yeah, there was a little bit of that, like, yo, nothing's gonna happen to me. What the fuck is everybody talking about? I'm gonna drink this 12-pack and a fucking pint and go take people home, pick people up, whatever I'm gonna do, yada yada yada. Like, it's not like I was cruising around town. It was always like, oh, we gotta go pick somebody up, or let's go. Somebody's got to go home now or whatever.
That stupid invincibility that you're talking about is what I'm saying that all teenagers have to a certain degree. You chose to drink and drive. I chose to do stupid things with other.
I definitely did really dumb things for sure. Like, yeah,
everyone has that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess it's just nature's way of. I guess.
But isn't that what like parents and people talk about, right? When they're like, "Oh my God, my kid's gonna be a teenager in the next couple of years, and I'm gonna have to deal with all this stuff." That's what they're talking about. That's part of what they're fucking talking about. They're afraid to have to deal with this like rebel-ish.
Teenagers today, they are so much different than we were even just 10 years ago.
I agree with you, brother. I agree with you 1,000%. But
snowflakes.
it's
Like,
it's
you know,
imagine. But we would have been just as out of control if we had that much access, the access that they have to technology. So everything is with time, dude.
For sure.
Every fucking thing
Oh
is
my
with
god, I
time.
can't even imagine if I had access to technology. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm telling you, you'd be
boy.
a savage.
Oh,
I'd be a
boy.
savage. If I was on the computer earlier, if I was, like the kids today, knowing computers at 5, 6, 7, holy fuckaroni. The shit I would have been
Like,
able
I've
to
shared
do
a
at
few
13,
stories
14.
of just the cusp of AOL, instant messaging, and chat rooms, and what I was able to do at 18, 19 years old. Like, whew, Jesus, if that was in my peak, yikes.
I've always said that if
That's
I was
tough.
born just a few years earlier, if I was born when you were born, I would have been a fucking based on. But if I had the knowledge that I did at 13,
I feel
14,
like you'd be a 38-year-old Joey Diaz.
I'd be. That's a fact.
Joey Diaz is one of his spirit animals. I can attest to this. Like a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, since he's moved back home to Jersey, though, he's calmed down a little bit. He's settled down a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
because
his podcast
because I
is
don't
great.
have to show. Oh, you mean Joey?
Joey.
Well, I
yeah.
was gonna say I didn't feel out of place. Everywhere I went, I felt out of place. No one understood me.
Right.
But yeah, he's definitely calmed
no one
down.
understood
But
me.
you know what I'm saying?
Look at this guy.
He's doing comedy clubs. I can't believe the comedy clubs are back open. That's so fucking exciting. I can't wait to go to another.
Yo,
to
I'm
go to comedy
so
show.
Yeah,
glad to
everything's
start
starting
seeing
to slowly-
progress.
Yeah,
Shit's
everything's starting to
opening
slowly
up.
open up, which is a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Go ahead. Question.
No, we were saying the exact same thing. Like, I'm just so excited to see shit starting to open up slowly. Like, people are getting vaccinated slowly. Metallica has a world tour scheduled for.
Yeah, fuck you, mom. Fuck you. I hate you, bitch.
No.
Basically,
Oh,
world tour of that in October. Get ready.
Michelle, go.
So, on the subject of
Is someone
celebrities and their
sleeping?
privilege, you guys, I would like to know what you guys' take is on the basketball player. You know, the one who's dating Larsa Pippen, who doesn't have to report to prison until the summer so he can finish his basketball season. You know what I'm talking about?
Wait, what is this one? Say that again, Michelle. I'm sorry.
There's a basketball player. I want to say his name starts with the M, but all I know about him is that he's dating Larsa Pippen. And he pulled a gun on a family, like a legitimate firearm on a family, but because of his basketball player privilege, he doesn't have to report to jail until the summertime. Have
See,
y'all heard about
NBA
that?
or college?
He's
you know?
NBA.
NBA.
Damn.
Yeah. It's I don't remember
This
his name.
go-
I want to say it starts with an M.
This goes back to the whole thing of why do
Yeah,
you
that's
think
what I
a
was
lot of
talking
people
about
were
the
not?
privilege. Like
A lot of
how
people
much
thought it
privilege
wasn't
all
cool
these
that
celebrities
NBA.
have. What's going on in the world? It's crazy.
All right, go ahead, Dahlia.
I'm gonna see that.
Oh
A lot
yeah,
of people-
Malik Beasley.
Yep,
Yeah,
him.
Malik
Sorry.
Beasley. Okay.
a lot of people thought the same thing with the whole vaccines. Like, why were NBA players getting their vaccines before anyone else, too? There goes that. So I was kind of comparing that with the same thing. Like, these sport players are just getting all this, hype of like, oh, okay, well, you're allowed to do this and that before the public. And I'm like, I don't think that's fair, honestly. I don't. But I guess because they have the money, they feel they
Yeah.
can do it.
I don't think it's fair. I feel like a lot
Where
of
do we
other
draw the
people are
line?
probably benefiting. This is probably something to where like they can't take a certain person out because like I'm picturing this like in an artist's perspective, and I don't see the same thing happening. If an artist did something, they wouldn't let them stay out until they finish their tour. I don't think. I think it's different here because it's a team aspect, and a team is making some people money. So you got to try to maybe look at like whose pockets is being lined. Not saying that's right and that excuses it, but that's probably why it's being overlooked.
I
in my
hate to be
opinion.
the Debbie Downer and everything, but honestly, the reality is rich people get everything. Guys, we can always sit here and say, why does this happen? Why does that happen? But if you make over a certain if you're in a certain tax bracket, You get a lot of fucking privileges. You get a lot of
I can see
fucking
how that can make
privileges.
sense.
And you know what? And this guy's, black. So there goes the racist argument, right? It's like this is a rich thing. This is a rich versus the everyday man thing. This has nothing to do with white or black. I can totally question what you're saying about he probably is relied on a lot to make people money. But one thing I can say, and this is weird, it's like we've seen so many fucking football players do some wild shit, and they got taken care of right away. What was the motherfucker that knocked the bitch out in the elevator? Shout out my man
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice.
Ray
Rice.
My man, that video was bananas. Yo, that shit was nuts. So, and they didn't have him play for a while.
He hasn't been back in the league since.
Exactly. So it's interesting how there are certain privileges definitely that basketball players get for sure over any other sport.
Well, athletes in general.
You think basketball over any other sport
baseball,
though?
Baseball, basketball, and football are the three that are on the top of the pyramid. Yeah.
I want to agree with Adam on that one. Yeah, for sure.
Because baseball was in the same way. The commissioner said we aren't going to bring baseball back unless we know that we can get all of our players vaccinated. And it took the players to be like, no, we're going to come back and play, but we don't want any special privileges. Like it took the players in baseball to stand up and say, no, we're going to do all the things right to make sure that we stay protected, but we don't need special privileges to take vaccinations away from people that need them right now. And that's what they did. They figured it out. They got it. They worked out a deal and made it happen, and baseball is back. Basketball, though, I don't know. My problem with basketball is like I've stopped watching basketball a lot over the last probably 10, 15 years. It's changed too much for me. Like because
it's become the super teams bullshit. It's that super teams bullshit.
It's just become divas. They're all divas.
They're worse than some female artists. They're worse than female artists, bro.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I can't get on board.
And I hate that when something like Kobe happened last year, that no motherfucker had anything in their heart to say like, we're calling off the rest of the season. I don't give a fuck what you guys think. I can't.
You know what's crazy?
Surprised that they didn't.
Sorry. What's crazy is I was going back listening to some of our old streams. We were live streaming when that shit happened.
When that news broke out.
Yes. We were live streaming. We stopped our conversation like mid-sentence. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I was like, breaking news.
That was aggressive.
A lot of people couldn't believe it. It was so hard to take in. Like it took weeks for it to sink in.
And then you saw the pigs. You saw the pigs handing out the remains. Can you believe that? Can you fucking believe that?
Vanessa Bryant did a huge thing on that.
It was the photos. The photos. Settle down. It wasn't the remains. Hold on.
The photos. Yes, a lot of photos were. Coming out.
No, this is recently. This is recently though. No, it was. This is recently, yo. Look this shit up.
What happened? It's the photos of the remains, not the remains. The photos.
They were handing out photos both times.
Wait, whose remains?
Dude, that's fucked.
Kobe's remains.
All the people that died in that.
Not mine. I'm running.
Kobe Bryant.
Like a
Y'all are bad.
But y'all, bro.
I'm sorry.
Let me just take another sip.
Hands cut off. No more wine.
Whose remains? I thought we were talking about Ray Rice.
I don't know. Over here.
Hold on. We've been off of Ray Rice for about 15 minutes.
I thought we was talking about Ray Rice.
We're still what?
Shows how much attention was paid.
Guys, We've been
So,
talking about
wait,
Kobe.
Wait, hold on. What
Wait,
did
time out.
Dan said they
Let's
were
talk about
handing
Ray
out
Rice.
Kobe's remains.
Dan said they were handing out Kobe's.
Actual remains.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Do you trust cops? You guys sound like you trust cops in here.
Pigs were
Those
handing out
pigs.
Nah, fam.
Hold on. That's a heavy accusation. I can't have you just tossing that.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
Well, you laid on hard as if it wouldn't be a thing ever.
Pretty bold statement.
Oh shit!
I mean, if they're taking remains from the site, that is pretty crazy. But it was just photos. They were
That happened, but my God.
So does it change it?
So
Does it still change how horrible it is?
Yes, based on what you were saying.
can somebody tell
It's not like they were just
No. That's practically about the same disrespect. I'm sorry, I don't care what you guys say. That's practically about the same fucking disrespect. So fuck that. Fuck that.
There's a big difference of showing some
Fuck
pictures.
all
and
that.
Like think about it this way. Hold on, let me bring it into context for you. Hold on, yeah. You want an arm?
All right, Brandon.
Here's a femur.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Have you guys ever heard of the black market?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just
Just making sure that this is not impossible. Okay? All right.
That's just scary to
He
think
went
about.
clean the fuck in.
Somebody's
on his
listening to our voices on the
remains.
dark web right now.
Right
I know,
now.
right?
Yo, shoot me a 90 count of Percocet, please.
Hi, dark web.
Oh,
There are people in North
I'm glad that
Korea
you
who
went
get on the
forward and
dark
did
web
that.
who aren't supposed to be hearing this shit who are hearing it.
Hello, happy people.
hello.
Life
Korean.
tutor.
Hello. Welcome to the show.
Who's that?
Hey,
It's life tutor.
Who?
life tutor.
Live tutor.
Life tutor.
Live tutor.
Hey, Label.
Okay, what are you tutoring
You should
today?
never forget me, darling. After
It's
I
okay.
did
You
that.
sang for my birthday. You sang for my birthday.
I love the way he said life tutor. Wait, Dan, say that again, dude. Say life tutor.
Live tutor.
Say it again. Say it again. The life tutor.
Do you want me to say it slower?
I love
No,
that.
it's okay. It's okay.
I love it, man. Oh, shit.
If so, if you say it any slower, we'll have to get a room. No.
Life.
Oh, whoa.
But what are we
See,
doing
Dan,
with labels?
I'm indirectly hooking you up, Dan. You see what I'm doing
I
for you?
see what you're doing, Brandon.
It's not doing anything for me right now, but
It's
anyway,
official.
go
No,
ahead.
I can,
No, there's too many
I'm gonna
people
work it
here.
out.
There's too many people here. It'll never do anything in front of that many people.
Yeah, I don't like an audience. Yeah,
I don't like an audience.
Hey, Brando.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Michelle. And I'm sorry. Let's see. I got to look and see who else is in there.
Hi, LT.
All right, let's continue with the show. Everybody mute.
Oh wait, first Michelle. Hey, girl.
Jesus Christ, guys, this is not the bar, okay? This is not the fucking club.
Oh, you hush. I gotta speak
Everybody
to
fucking
Michelle.
mute your mics. Hey, girl, yeah, weave time, yeah. All right, we get it. Slow down. Ease up.
Super stereotypical. You asshole.
Jesus Christ, you guys are treating this like it's a fucking coffee house. Slow down. All right, we ready to move on? We ready to do something else?
So
I
what are we
still love you
what are we
all.
about to do? You know,
I
what are
like,
we-
I like you all, and I love you all. You guys are all great people.
Is he drunk?
Dan doesn't like you.
I
They're
love
kind of doing
you.
a podcast.
I love you, but we're also broadcasting live on YouTube. Nobody gives a fuck about you guys.
We are your
Somebody spicy tonight.
I'm kidding. It's all
And I'll
love.
just
It's all
drink
love.
more to that.
It's all. Please do, actually. Dahlia, I love you. Dahlia knows what it is. Dahlia knows that I don't
so
mean
let's
anything.
talk about this.
Yeah, she's drunk.
LA.
No, it's okay. I'll take her drunk and
People
sober.
in LA, this was an article that was written in the LA Times. And I don't know how to feel about this. Because here's the thing. There are groups in LA that are coming out against the community and pushing for more culture in outdoor activities.
Oh boy.
there needs to be. They've created Black only hiking, Latin only hiking, and they're saying that there's not enough diversity in outdoors. What are we? What are we doing? What is?
Oh my god!
Go outside. Just go outside.
This is what we live in.
That's all you have to do. Just go outside. That solves the problem. Just go outside.
You think COVID did this? You think COVID did this?
Probably. Yes. Yes, I do.
Do you think this journalist just didn't have anything else to talk about, so they just were like, "I'm gonna write a story about there needs to be more Black people and Asian people hiking in fucking LA"? What is happening here?
Is that an,
Well, maybe
is that
more
an LA?
COVID now.
Quick question: is that an LA local phenomenon?
I don't.
Because here's the thing: I don't think that
it's just as easy to go outside. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't tend to think that that's like.
If there's not enough Black people, Asian people, and Latin people hiking, it's because they don't want to fucking hike. Who cares? Like, what are we doing?
What a stretch! What a stretch to really fucking. My goodness, I'm telling you. These listen, these newspapers, and I'm telling you guys, I'm being so fucking serious. These newspapers are running out of shit to fucking talk about. Like when it's that was a slow fucking news day for you to put that type of article out.
2 days ago.
That's a slow fucking news day, dude. What happened Thursday?
They should have been on Clubhouse on Thursday. They should have been fucking with us.
They should have been fucking with us, baby. Throwback.
Right about us. Right about us. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. Was that in the LA Times, though? Was that in the LA Times?
Yeah, LA Times, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
that
that's
fucking liberal shit rag.
Newspaper, dude. That's a big newspaper, though.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Yeah, you know, but LA's put out some. LA Times has put out some questionable shit throughout the years, and I think again they're reaching. What blows my mind is the vetting process. Like, they have editors. You know what I'm saying? In these big companies, these big newspaper companies, they have editors. Does somebody not look at that and go, I don't know about this one, guys. I don't think we should put this one out.
Normally, I would say yes, but right now, no. If money's going to come in, if they can attach ads to that, they're going to attach ads to that. So, under the circumstances, no. Let me ask the room this, because I know we have a variety of ages in here. How does everybody get their news today? What does everybody do to find out what's going on in the world, what's going on around them? Like, do you have a specific app that you go to? Do you actually sit down in the morning with your cup of coffee and watch
the news? Do you watch YouTube?
Like, how do people
I watch
it?
the news.
Personally,
I use Apple News.
Hold on. One mic. Let everybody go. Question.
So Dahlia, can you roll? Can you roll through everybody from the top so that everybody's not rolling? Please,
that's crazy. You just read my mind.
Please, just call out the names from top to bottom and have everybody answer individually, because that's too much.
Right. You got something to say? Go ahead and say it. If you don't, just don't say nothing.
Just stay muted.
Okay,
yeah.
Michelle. Going once. Going twice. Yeah. Shay.
I usually use the news app, that or I'm watching TV, so that's usually where I get my news.
Brando?
Combination of Apple News, YouTube, and people sending me things. But most of what I get is I watch all of the main news networks and one or two of the smaller independent ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Question?
I don't make a point to see shit. I'm trying to get better about it because I need to.
That's honest. I like that.
I see a lot of shit come across Twitter, and then a lot of people send me shit, and YouTube.
Hold on. I need to ask a question. It's weird to say that. So I think you are one of the younger ones in here, but you are very much in tune with the internet, right? Like a lot of everything you do is iPhone and internet, right?
Yeah.
In your world? Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Damn.
That's all I need to know.
It's under a certain age. You're 23, right, bro?
Wait,
Question?
I'm sorry. Dan cut off a little bit. I guess he was trying to say something.
Can you guys not hear me?
He
Dan?
spilled his wine.
Oh.
Can you guys not hear me?
Oh.
There you go.
We can hear you now.
Wow. So you cannot be on two devices at the same time. I wanted to see if I can come in on my other device to look at people's names and help mod, but apparently it blocks my audio, so I can't do that for you guys. But first of all, real quick, I want to give a shout out to all the people in the audience. Shout out to Key Baby. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Crystal. And I'm just going off of fucking memory here. But if you're in the audience or you're listening, thank you guys so much for being there. Literally, I really appreciate it. Question, you're 23, right?
4. Yeah.
24. So.
Oh damn! I thought you were 22 for some reason. My bad.
So.
I used to be.
Used to be. Yeah. But you know what? Now that makes me think though. It's like, I wonder what the age is. I wonder what the cutoff is. Like my brother and I were talking about. So I had a friend who was on Facebook who was doing like this, social experiment, pretty much, just asking people, how old are you and what do you listen to today? Do you even listen to radio or TV? And we were guessing around 35 is probably the age where 35 and older is probably the only ages that are listening to or watching, TV or listening to radio, actual like cable TV and radio in their car. Like they're actively turning that on. So I wonder what the age is for like straight internet
content.
Yeah, like content, like what question lives. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder what that is. Maybe 25, 26? Are people after 26 still turning on the news network?
Can you name 3 TV shows that are currently on TV right now?
Hell no. Want me to try? Fucking Game of Thrones and
nope, it's done over.
That's been over for about the last 2.5 years, yo.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's wild.
So I definitely fall in that category. So about to be 39. I don't listen to the radio anymore. Like even if when we get in the car, I Bluetooth my phone to the radio. But TV for sure. I'm a movie guy though. I'm a movie TV guy.
But like, you watch TV. Like if I were to ask you what channel is fucking VH1, you'd be able to tell me the number channel it is.
51.
See, I don't think people over here, I don't think people under 20, under 30 could tell you that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That blows my mind.
That's crazy.
Wow.
When I was like 10, like, back in the, like, not goddamn.
But those channels, were just your cartoon channels? Like, you knew the shit you wanted to watch?
72
like,
for BET, and like 60, this and that, this and that.
He had to watch his Martin? He knew what channel Martin was on?
No, I was watching, like, Baby Boy and ATL. Like, they used to always show, like, the BET movies and shit. Like, they'll show different classics, Boys in the Hood, Friday, and shit like that. So I used to go watch that on
they do. You're right. Not wrong.
52, BET over here. 53 was MTV. Yeah, I remember them from back in the day, like but I honestly couldn't tell you what shit is now. If it hasn't changed, I can tell you what it was. But if it's changed, it's over, bro. Like there's no way I fucking know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And even if you have like a live streaming service, like a Hulu Live or a YouTube TV, it doesn't really say the fucking numbers. It just says the programming and the name of the channel. So you kind of have to you kind of just get used to names of channels and what plays on those channels. If you want to continue through the room, we can totally do that. Dahlia.
Okay. We left off on Danielle. So.
Oh shit! As far as the news, shit, YouTube, shit, through people and shit like that send me shit.
You watch everything though, Remy, right? Like, but you're older. Wow. How old are you, Remy? You're in your 30s.
Oh, bro, but no, I don't watch like the TV and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You don't watch you don't watch the Clinton News Network?
Oh shit! I check that shit out from the web.
Okay, I like that. Okay. Yeah, but I think it's changing, man. I think under 35. I think 35 is a solid number. You'll get a mix under that, 35 to 25, where it completely cuts off and it says, and you got people like Question who don't know a lick of TV, and that's okay, right? Like TV, I was talking to my brother about that, and I was like, yo, TV, boxes, like the actual cable fucking physical thing that we get, that's going to be obsolete.
I'm so glad you said that.
That's going to be obsolete in the next 5 years. I'm telling you right now.
I mean, that already basically can be
obsolete. They already have the smart
for
TVs.
sure.
Everything.
But these companies, these cable companies, what's going to happen is they're going to come out with an app, just a streaming app that you install on your smart TV. You're going to have a smart TV. I'll never forget the switch over. I'll never forget the switch over from analog, like, to when they said, guys, it's over. Like, get rid of your analog boxes, get rid of your analog everything. Everything is going digital, and you better have a fucking TV that supports it.
Digital cable.
Yeah, I remember that shit too, man.
They're saying now
the
that
shit.
cable's going to be obsolete soon because people are just going towards all these streaming things that are, like, way cheaper.
Exactly.
I disagree.
You know?
It's cheaper, but now what's happening is streaming is going to be just like cable because it's happening already. Streaming didn't do it right because what's happening is you got YouTube Plus, whatever, YouTube TV, whatever, but there's only certain things you can get on these things. Like, you basically, everything is a la carte. So by the time you add up everything that you think you want, like, oh, I know I watch these channels, it's literally only a handful of dollars less than what you pay for cable to have everything. You just have to build it all now. You pick and choose what you want. Like, if you literally sit down, there's a bunch of blogs out there that talk about this stuff. If you go over like Sling TV, Hulu, YouTube, whatever it is, Apple TV, all these different things, Paramount Plus, Discovery Plus, all this shit. You add up what all these little streaming things
equal
cost,
a cable service.
Cable is.
Yes.
And you can't just get one and not the other, or this one has only this one has only that. Like,
and
all
that's
those
how
things are
that's
added
and
up.
that's
how they
why
get you.
and that's why this exactly,
true.
Dahlia. That's why this was a problem, right? Because they are monopolizing on content like these music streaming services were doing for a while, where it was like, Tidal artists, where people were just exclusively releasing their stuff on Tidal for like the first 2 weeks to a month, and then they would release it on all the other ones. But it was a ploy to get people to be like, well, if you really care about this artist, you're gonna come over to this streaming service and you're gonna pay the money to fucking listen to them. And I really think that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
Exactly what the TVs are doing. So, like, me and my lady, we watch a lot of the fucking garbage TV on TLC. So on TLC, they show you all this shit, all this 90 Day Fiance stuff, the My 600 Pound Life, whatever, yada, yada. All this shit is on there, and they play all these commercials for all these other shows, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, we can catch up with blah, blah, blah. And then at the very end, it's like, exclusively on Discovery Plus. Motherfucker!
You son of a bitch. Yeah.
So it's like, you're gonna see the follow-up to what you just spent, 10 weeks watching everything on cable. They're gonna do the follow-up, but only on Discovery Plus. So now you're like, oh shit, now I gotta go pay $7 to get Discovery Plus or whatever it is.
Now, what I've been wondering about Paramount Plus is, that's a Viacom thing.
We're gonna include that with Apple TV.
That's a Viacom thing. So my whole thought process: are they bringing Viacom shows back from like stuff like HBO Max on their platform? Like, are they gonna take the South Park, license and say, hey guys, we're gonna bring this over to Paramount because we have our own shit now. We needed you before.
Although HBO probably paid a lot of money for that. Go ahead, Brando. What were you saying?
No, only to say just one other place I get my news is actually my smart speaker, my Google. It has an awesome news option. And
yeah,
it
still all
runs through
internet. Wow.
All of the news that I could possibly want, including technical news, business news, like world news, environmental even.
I'm not old fucking argues with my Google. My shit doesn't ever work right.
My shit
throwing it across the room.
My shit is fantastic.
You really are an old man, Adam. Adam is like cursing at the Google, like, you son of a bitch. I don't fucking know.
I do. Or I'll ask it a question and gives me the answer to something completely different.
Look at you sexy motherfuckers. Y'all are sexy as fuck for no reason.
Holy shit.
Okay. Yeah, y'all sexy as fuck for no reason.
Now
like,
that Daniel was aggressive.
Shut up, Brando. Take your shirt off.
I am.
Let me love
Hold
you.
on.
His shirt's already off. He works out with his shirt off.
No, take it off. Take it off.
Are you gonna suck on his nips?
Let me, no. Let me rub on your nipples.
What is happening?
Let me rub on your nipples. Come here, Danny.
Yo, Adam, it's just that very blind in here.
Adam is
It's just that
assaulted.
very blind.
Oh my God. We're being assaulted
That's
right
a
now.
good thing. I
We're
want to
being
feel on
assaulted.
Brando. Like, Brando,
So,
oh,
a quick
baby.
little public announcement. We are broadcasting.
Brando, can you flex your nipples, though? Can you, like, make them go pop, pop?
Oh, wow.
Make him jump, baby. Make him jump.
Brando, can you make them go, like,
Can you not feed into this, Adam?
wow. Burn it out.
This is Kevin Hart.
Go bop, bop. Bop,
Everybody was yelling bop, 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 bop.
Hey, Danny,
like WAP
can you
Part
go?
Two?
Can you go like
Brick
bop
oven
bop
pizza,
too?
baby.
Like,
Brick
all
oven pizza, baby.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, like
ladies. I just
WAP
want to
Part
know
Two.
if these niggas can make they fucking chest go pop pop.
I'm about
Right
to go get
now.
some bread. I need it.
What the fuck I need bread for? Bitch, I'm thick. I don't need no
No, I
fucking
need
bread.
it. I've been.
Yeah.
She said,
Oh, why? Oh, why? Cause bitch, I don't need no bread. These thighs thicker than a snicker.
I don't want to derail. We cannot. I don't think we should.
One of my thighs
Hold on,
can
hold on,
satisfy
hold on, hold on.
Brando and Danny.
Holy shit.
I'm
right,
Treat you,
hold on,
baby.
one
Treat
second.
you.
baby. I had to meet
One
you.
second.
Give me a minute.
Adam, this is my friend Key Baby. Key Baby, this is Adam. What's the next video clip we're playing, bro?
I want to give a shout out to Justin who wrote it and said, I use internet the way I use TV and radio. Ryan saying,
Wait, no, time out. We're not talking about news anymore, boys. We're not talking about news anymore.
Ryan,
No,
nope. We're going to stay on topic and we're going to act like nothing happened. Let's do that. This is the radio professional in me. The radio professional in me says continue the topic as it goes, bro.
Yo.
That's like...
First of all, you a Mexican beautiful woman. You don't fucking mute me from shit.
Hold on.
Hey, ease up.
Is this like little baby, little key baby? Like what was that hard ball? G baby.
Nah, she muted me. I'm trying to fill on all these Mexican chests. Yeah, but
It just got real.
I want to see how a Mexican chest feel from an African American chest. So that's good.
Compton in the house.
So sorry.
And she gonna mute me because she don't want me to fill on y'all. I'm gonna fill on all y'all. What's up? Line up.
Ryan says,
Key
what
baby,
about
I
fake
love
news?
Nah, you don't love me because you muted me.
She's trying to have order in the
You already
room.
know what kind of level.
Yeah, she's trying to have
Okay,
order in the
order in the
room.
room.
That's all it is.
We're trying to do
All
it
right,
live.
We're like order in the court, right?
Danny, you gonna line up too? Because I want to fill on you too.
We'll see what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, Key Baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, line up. Let me fill them backs, them chests, and that dick.
Okay.
Okay.
Why have I not? Why has she not been on the show before, fellas? What's going on?
Oh, Adam's like all
Is this
Because I'm too ratchet. They don't like
Because you
me.
never requested this sort of talent.
No, I'm too ratchet. I'm ratchet, and they don't like me for real.
If
That's
you,
not true. That's not true.
ratchet enough.
Nah, I'm too ratchet. I'm sorry, Danny. I'm sorry, Stone. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to bring my ratchet ass over here.
Key
no,
Baby.
girl. It's good. The thing is, you're wrong.
No, I'm ratchet, y'all. So that's why they don't
Key
like me,
baby.
sir. They don't like me because I'm ratchet.
I always say everybody needs a ratchet friend in their lives, and you're my ratchet friend.
You can say that again.
Everyone needs a ratchet friend in their
The
life.
big dick niggas to pull their dicks out so I can see who bigger. Period. That's all I want.
This is good enough. I'm so happy this is happening for Adam's sake. He seems to be enjoying himself.
Adam's the big dick niggas.
Adam is sitting back in the chair.
I guess I'm out. I guess if she wants big dick niggas, then I guess I'm out.
Yeah, big people. Like,
Yeah.
if you got a big dick, I just want to see who
I'm
has
out.
a big dick. Like,
I'm out. I tap out.
You bring your ass here, boy.
I tap out. I got a little.
You got a big dick.
I got a little 3
I might
incher.
have to eat some food.
I got a
Boy,
3
you got that
incher.
big dick with that big white ass head. Come here, baby.
I've only got a
Key
3-inch
baby,
tool.
How was your day today?
Key baby.
It was great. I'm surrounded by dick. I'm excited. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I know you sound.
No, wait.
Oh dang!
Come here, Danny.
Listen,
This one. Who brought this one to Clubhouse?
Danny got a big dick. He lying. He trying to run away. That's why he be. Listen, y'all.
I got a 3-incher.
Danny don't make a lot of songs about his dick, y'all, because you know he got a big Amazon dick, and he don't want the bitches talking about it. But I seen that dick. That is a big dick.
She said Amazon though.
That dick on the public.
She said Amazon.
Amazon dick.
An Amazon, my nigga.
Amazon dick. Hey, he be running, y'all. He be running. I don't even get it. Like,
I'm just scared. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, this is gonna be a new show. I swear to God.
he should be sitting in the corner waiting on bitches to please that dick. Like, and he be running. Like,
See, here's the thing. I just, my
You
thing
have
is,
the record button running.
no, you shut up, cause I'm gonna bring the bitches to you, cause I'm gonna make them.
Key baby, I genuinely believe in undersell, over deliver. And so I like to say that it's nice 3-incher so that when I smack it across your forehead,
Was fucking
Baby, I want you to smack it across my forehead, smack it across my ass, smack it across my titties. I want that dick everywhere.
for 2 seconds.
All right,
Did your
Key.
motor stop?
Alright, I'm muted. I'm muting myself.
does
I'm
your
muting myself.
motor
She's going. She's going.
Thank you.
Key
Do
me
that.
up.
Do that for
Get
us.
some Gatorade. Talk to the team.
Take a breather.
Regroup.
does your motor stop?
Jesus Christ, that's a hot.
Wait, what's wrong with liking big dick though? What the fuck?
Okay, we love you, Key. We love you so much.
Shh.
Give us a minute.
Oh
Stop.
my God.
No,
You
we.
hear that? Shh. Hear that? Jesus Christ, we didn't hear that for 2.5 minutes this now. Fuck. God damn. That bitch got a motor on her like a fucking Honda Accord. Shit.
Don't call me a bitch because I'll unmute any moment. Watch your fucking mouth, nigga.
I'm white. Call me Cracker, please.
Nah, you call me a bitch, I can call you a nigga.
The show just got real, people.
One on YouTube saying I'm afraid to call in.
Hey, go ahead and call in. It is totally
Oh
fine.
my
We
God.
are accepting of everyone.
Whoa.
That's literally been the trajectory of the night. Okay, literally what just happened there was
Hey,
like
that
on.
boing was that big dick emoji.
Yeah, it was.
That's all you got. You're old. You're done. You're washed up. Your game is weak.
All right.
You're old. You keep repeating yourself.
Now,
Here.
Dan,
She fly.
Dan, listen.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm listening.
Moderation privileges. No, give me moderation privileges.
Hey, no disrespect, but y'all hurry up, because I'm about to bless this old bitch, because it got me fucked up. I'm going to go on mute, though. But when I come back, I'm ready for his old ass.
Okay, he can handle you. He can handle you. He's banging a Mexican.
Oh, you don't know who the fuck you're talking to here.
Cancel.
Girl.
Yes, I'm sure. Button. Mute. Button.
Dan.
Okay,
Selected.
let's
Unmute.
get back to the Country Report podcast. The point of the show.
Speech off.
Your ghetto baby D interrupted the show. What were we talking about?
Aggressive.
Jesus Christ. Do we even have any listeners anymore? Who's here? Who's with us? Bring the show
here.
back.
We have
show back on
Michelle. Chase is still here. Brando, Daniel,
All the real ones.
Monique.
Not
I don't
the
want to
fake
chopper your
ones.
name up, girl. Live tutor. And Cece.
Okay. Brando, do you
That was
want to
so good.
address some of the links that you shared with us today?
Well, I mean, the Busted Condom Factory is probably my favorite. I mean, that's
Can you
the
please
best
give us a
Okay,
synopsis
well,
on what
stop.
happened there? Because I saw
Pretty
you
much
send that
Vietnamese-
in, but holy
Yeah,
fuckeronies.
a Vietnamese. I don't know if one of you want to pull it up and read it out. You guys are better readers than I am, but I would give you a brief synopsis.
Sorry, that just caught me off guard, but okay.
What did I say?
You said we're better readers than you, but okay.
Well, better readers out loud. I don't mean like you read novels better. But I mean like
It doesn't have pictures. I don't read.
If it doesn't.
No, so like these, and of course it happened in Asia, right? Like that's racist, right? But holy shit, recycling condoms.
Yeah.
Well, and the headline was just weird, and I'm sure they didn't mean
Do
it.
people still use condoms?
They said recycling busted condoms. Do they still use them? That's actually good. That's a valid question.
Busted as in busted, or busted as in broken?
I wasn't sure what they. I
Well,
don't know.
how old is that article though? Because I could swear I heard
September
that.
last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like an old.
Do you think this is
we
why
never
like
talked about it.
companies like
okay.
like do you think this is company like Durex sells like 40 or 50 packs of condoms at like Costco because nobody's really using them, so they have to figure out a way to like package these shits and just get rid of them?
You can
Very
see how
well
many
could be.
Walmart has, like that, pretty much.
Walmart sells condoms at the bulk like that at bulk. I don't
So
buy
what it is,
use condoms.
Where they are, they're in the clearance section because what's wrong, whatever may be wrong with the packet, it can be like a slight rip or something's wrong with the box or whatever the case may be, and they sell like hella.
So if there's a possibility of the motherfucking condom ripping, why would you buy it?
So you're buying clearance condoms?
No, it's just the box. Like the condoms are fine. It's just like a tear in the box. Like everything in the
Okay,
inside of it
merchandise.
is
Status of merchandise. I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Walmart has a lot of.
Wow.
It's
When's the last time you guys
interesting
bought condoms? When's the last time you guys
Well,
bought
no,
condoms?
it's
And do you
interesting
guys
here
walk
because
around with
The last
condoms?
time I used one was.
I don't walk around with condoms in my wallet. No.
Okay, so you guys don't walk around with condoms. When's the last time you bought a condom?
I don't use them.
Well, I usually have them in my backpack. That's why I don't have them in my wallet. But yeah.
But so you carry condoms.
I haven't used them because I haven't really been fucking around.
How do you feel about
chicks?
chicks carrying around condoms?
I mean, you're not gonna get me to use it, so I mean that's good for you.
It's gonna take a lot of convincing. We might as well just get to fucking.
That's an old school thing. That's an old school
smart,
thing that your
though.
mom will tell you. Your mom will tell you not to fucking take a condom from a female.
They're being safe. So either if they don't have the condom, either they have that or they have the plan B.
But I've always noticed that females don't bring the right size condoms. They're always too small.
Look,
this fucking guy. You're gonna rev up the engine in the crowd again if you don't shut the fuck up.
No, he's right.
Multi-pack, Brando.
What'd you say?
I used to
You
keep
got a
the
multi-pack? Yeah, see, Michelle is the real one. Yeah, I'm telling you, Michelle is out here doing
Not
things. You know what
anymore.
I'm saying?
Not anymore.
No, she retired. She hung it up. I hung it up too. It's all good, Michelle. I feel you.
But no, I used to keep the multi-pack because my mom used to be like, you're going to be having sex,
Didn't have
you
the
need to be
hubcap dick
responsible.
to the needle dick. The needle dick to the hubcap dick. You gotta have them all.
Yeah, you got to be responsible out here in these streets.
Yeah.
And you can't always trust a man to protect you.
Nope.
You guys remember it was like 10 years ago, there was stories going around about people were going into stores and taking like threading needles and pushing them through
Poking
like
holes in the condoms?
putting the holes in condoms and stuff. So it's like there was like big thing that people were like, well, how do we know which ones to buy? I don't know. Well, look at it. You can tell the hole is pushed.
Real quick. So apparently 320,000 condoms were apparently recycled here.
Yeah.
And because they're considered to be like medical material in Vietnam, like he broke some medical laws and shit. There's one guy, he was 32 years old. He had 1,000 condoms delivered to his house, I think, per month, maybe? I think, per month. And he did this over for quite some fucking time.
320,000 condoms is a lot of fucking condoms.
That's a lot.
It's you're washing people's.
You can make a fucking dome out of that.
You're washing a lot of little kids out of those things.
Rolls them down over dildos and rolls them back up into a whole new shape and repackages them.
Shit, the last time condoms were used for me was
Let me
what,
play
2-3 years ago?
advocate.
Shit.
I'd like to say great entrepreneurial mind on this guy. Like,
I'm not mad at him.
Look at him.
I am not mad at. I won't be using his products, but I'm not mad at him. You know.
Yeah,
I don't know how to feel about
dildos
that,
lined up on the table, just going down, just running down the line real quick, just wrap and seal. Not a bad gig. Respect the hustle. Just don't use them, okay? Have a lot of Asian writing on them. Send them back. A little bit aggressive. A little kid in India was putting together did 3 Rubik's cubes at the same time using his hands and feet.
Oh,
Pretty impressive.
That's fucking
You said,
scary.
how cute.
That's talent, my G.
That's scary shit.
I mean, that's...
When's the last time we had some American kids doing some shit like that, dude? This is why they say countries are beating us in the world. They are fucking.
Shout out Logic. Logic can do a Rubik's Cube in like 17 seconds or something. The rapper.
Oh, the rapper. Okay, that's good. That's something. We'll take his shoes off. Maybe you can do
3 of them at the same time. How do you doing it with your feet though? How the fuck are you doing
I
that?
don't fucking know how you did.
That's amazing.
That's some orangutan shit. Fucking
I
gibbons.
could never do a Rubik's Cube. Yeah, I'd sit there and spin that shit and then just throw it against the wall. Till it pissed me off. Like, well, that was a waste of $5, Mom. Thanks for that shit. Could have bought me a book and made me read.
The thing that used to fuck me up was yo-yos.
Yo-yos were the shit.
I know.
Heck
I
yeah.
couldn't get it to let
We used to have the yo-yo people that would come to school and you could like,
Yep.
yeah, do the tricks and shit, and they try to sell you on their
Did I
yo-yos.
hear my name somewhere in there?
What's your
Okay.
name?
And we said tricks.
Mark Pia.
Oh, Katie.
No, no one said. I thought I heard Markia, but it was mixed in with everyone else talking, so it was.
I mean, I said slinkies.
I love Slinkies.
Slinkies were good too.
Sleepies. They had the metal ones, the colorful one, and the plastic one, colorful rainbow ones.
I like the metal ones.
Old ones. Yeah, I always like the metal ones too.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask this, because again, I came into the blind game later in life.
Later in life.
For anybody that was, if you were in the same boat, that's fine. But if you were someone that was in the blind game, either your whole life or as a young kid, like what were the? This is gonna sound stupid, so forgive me, but like. Toys are toys, obviously, but some toys have different effects on kids because of the visual aspect. Like, what were the things that you guys were playing with, or what were the things that were like stimulated enough to keep your attention, to entertain you, basically?
Anything that made noise. I had a bunch of computer toys. I got my first Braille toy, actually. My godfather. It was fun to learn. It was a math thing. It was a big old board and it had numbers and shapes and different things.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been since birth. I've been blind, and I've always, for the most part, played with the same toys everybody else did. The
CC was handed a bong at one.
That's fucked up. How you gonna
Came
do
out with
that,
a pipe.
man? That's fucked up.
From what I
No,
can
but,
really remember from
I've always played with the same things: the action figures, the cars, the fire trucks, and the.
So your parents tried to keep it as normal as possible for you, like make you feel like you were just like every other.
Yeah, because I've
kid.
played with all the other kids.
Yep.
So it never felt any different because it was really when we got older and they were playing these sports like baseball or football and stuff like that where I couldn't participate as much or at all sometimes.
Right. What did you do in those moments? Then we'll get to you, Shay. What did you do for those things?
I guess in those moments, I wouldn't be a part of it, so I'd kind of run off and do my own thing with somebody else who wasn't doing that at that time, but doing something that I could participate in. So it would just be like a lucky thing if I found somebody. If not, I'd just chill and sat along the side, and then when they were done, we'd just all kind of hang out.
What were you gonna say, Shay?
So it was pretty normal as well. I did get the cars. My brother's cars, I used to steal them all the time just to play with them.
You were blind since birth also, Shay?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also did have the slinky, the yo-yo, even the potato head at some point. But I was pretty much normal for the most part, but I did levitate towards toys that made sound.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like, well, I shouldn't say weird, but when I was working in Arkansas as a case manager, like I had a lot of people come through my office that were people that were blind since birth. And I heard stories from them about like as kids, as young kids, and even, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, their parents didn't let them play with anything because it was like the overcautious parent, right? Like it was well, you're gonna poke your eye out, you're gonna hurt yourself, even just playing with like a block, like Legos or building blocks or whatever. And it just blew my mind because it was, it's a different way of looking at things for me. So it's like when I hear these kind of things, I'm still, even today, I'm going on almost 18 years being blind, but there's still so much that I haven't immersed myself into that I don't know about. So when I hear them, I'm just like, what are you talking about? You're going to poke your eye out. What do you mean? But there's a lot of kids, there are a lot of parents out there that, people your age today, the 22, 23, 24, 25s, their parents are very old school in that sense that they were very protective over their kids. They were coming up through the late 80s and 90s, like, we're going to wrap you in bubble wrap and send you off to school to make sure you learn your braille and whatever you need to do, but you're not going to get hurt because you can't see. Just always blew my mind about that stuff.
Falling off of shit, breaking shit.
Yeah.
Like stabbing myself in the face, knocked the tooth out, getting in the fucking shit, electrocuting myself, fucking sticking shit in the fucking
electrocuting myself.
Oh my god. Blowing up the closet at 9 with a shotgun.
Oh, that's a great story. I think that made it on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably did.
Brando was into guns early.
Yeah.
Who here believes in Bigfoot or aliens?
I was just about to say that.
Don't everybody answer at once.
What was the question? Sorry.
Who believes in Bigfoot or aliens?
In regards to Bigfoot, I do believe there's got to be something out there. Whether it's called Bigfoot, Sasquatch, I don't know about that. I don't know what it may be, but there's been a lot of sections of this world that have not been explored by people like us yet. So there's got to be something else. And who knows what it is? Maybe it's an entire race of what they describe, which is kind of like a hybrid between a human and like a wild animal type of deal. Or
I can't get on board with Bigfoot just because at this point in time, there's been enough stories of it that it's made its way around the world so that there's enough information out there for people to say some crazy shit to make them make a story about seeing it. Like, I think we've seen enough of the world to know that there's nothing out there like this. Like,
but what about
aliens?
aliens?
You really can't compare that with the UFOs though, because you're aliens.
Hold on.
Right. I'm definitely a believer of aliens.
Yeah.
I have a question though, like because like Bigfoot, the concept of Bigfoot is kind of weird. It has, like most mythical things, it ranges from something very believable to something almost incredibly not believable. So if Bigfoot is just a big ape, like a gorilla, like that's very believable. What's not believable is that it's like anywhere like where people are, like in normal North America. That's what I think. Now, I don't think there actually is a Bigfoot. I think if there
I
is
think
anything
Bigfoot
like
is
that,
bullshit. I think
it's
Bigfoot
probably
is bullshit.
I think it's probably extinct.
It's bananas, and you
But
know what?
I think it's largely some made up shit.
It's those stories. It's the like Bigfoot to me is like the Three Little Pigs. Okay, all of that shit is bullshit. All that shit is made the fuck up. If we're gonna talk about maybe like like once in a lifetime scene, like what Brando said, an ape or creature of some sort. Okay, maybe you saw something once and the story just traveled down like fucking telephone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe that there's something like Bigfoot out there. Aliens? Sure. I'm going to give you aliens. but I'm not.
Yeah, but aliens is such a, again. First off, Bigfoot. Like I said, the concept of Bigfoot ranges in realistic. Some of it is just we can just deny outright because we know that monkeys really don't fly, right? Unless they glide from tree to tree or some shit like that. But monkeys don't fly. That's something you can throw out.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was
What about the
going there.
Yeti?
You know what I mean?
Yeti and the Bigfoot kind of go hand in hand, right? Yeti and Bigfoot. Yeti is just like the Ice Age or the ice snow version.
Oh, that version. Yeah. That's what
it's basically like I'm.
But aliens, right? So, like
Can I speak?
First off, UFOs or aliens. It's just a broad topic. Go ahead.
This is Life Tutor. I do believe in the Bigfoot, and I believe that the Yeti, the abominable snowman, the Sasquatch, and the Bigfoot are all the same creature, but just in different parts of the world. And the reason and the reason I believe in it, it's too many people telling the same lie. If it's a lie, I mean, these are people that don't know each other. It's all across the world. And a couple of people who have so-called encountered it, they've come back with these, I guess you might say a shell of an actual foot. And what would be the reason for making up a lie just for the sake of lying?
I don't think it's about the sake of lying. I don't think it's about the sake of lying. I think it's just a matter of, like you said, making money. And I also think that
out there, I just
hold on. Let her finish.
Go ahead, Life.
I believe something's out there. I just believe that we're misconstruing what it is, and since we can't really explain it, we just call it alien for now.
Right. I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea.
Sure. I can rock with that. I just think that a lot of things are lied about to make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to simplify it all the way down to like today. An article came out saying, you know, the beef between Young Buck and 50 Cent was fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know that you can tell people, they made a whole fucking series, right? Finding Bigfoot, where it was like, literally, they have seasons of this shit where they go out to look for fucking Bigfoot. And this was on whatever, Discovery or whatever the fucking channel. And to me, it's like, I see what you guys are doing. You guys are just doing this to get money. You know that there's no motherfucking Bigfoot, but it makes money. If there's a show called Finding fucking Bigfoot.
Right. That goes back to what I was saying though, and that's why I have trouble believing that there is something out there, because there is enough information out there that it's there for people to know what they need to say. So when you say I'm definitely a believer of that. Like, there's too many people to come out and say one thing for it not to be true. But
I don't
in these circumstances where it's a potential imaginary creature, all this information that's out there, there's enough information out there and has been out there for many years for people to pinpoint where they saw it, to make up how they saw it, to make up what they saw, to determine what the feet look like, what the hands look like, what the head looks like, how tall it is, how wide it is, how, what its droppings look like, and all this stuff. Like, there's been so many people that claim to document what they've seen that it's easy for any of us to study it for 12 months and go out and make some assertion that I saw it in the Pacific Northwest. I saw it on the coast of Michigan. I saw it in the Swiss Alps. I saw it.
That's the part that I have a problem with. Like, again, the likelihood, I think, is almost nil. It's next to nil. There is pretty much no chance of anything like this, especially living today. If anything like that ever lived, I feel like it lived hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of years ago. Like, it just not anything around people. Not, at least not any like modern humans anyway. But here's the thing, right? Do you know how many different types of Bigfoot stories there are? Like, Bigfoot comes in so many different shapes and sizes. So how can someone study 12 months? Which Bigfoot version are they studying? Like, which
it depends on whatever
which
you want to
bullshit
go
line of
for.
reasoning are they coming up with? And that's kind of my issue with Bigfoot. I'm not saying that there is no most myths, right? Most myths, most legends have some weird base in reality a lot of the time. And then they just spin out of control through this game of telephone that Dan was talking about earlier. And they get to something like Bigfoot, right? And they have all types of different versions of Bigfoot. Bigfoot super intelligent, Bigfoot brutish and caveman like, Bigfoot strangely human like, Bigfoot more of the Sasquatch variant, right? Like there's just so many different versions of it. I do think but I also don't subscribe to the idea that a lot of people in different parts of the world saying the same thing makes it real either. Because there's a lot of that, because that would I'm not religious, and that would make me kind of lean in a religious sort of thing. I mean, a lot of people can say a lot of shit. I don't particularly care what a lot of people say unless there are some very damn good fucking empirical evidential facts to back that shit up.
I mean, going
quite
back
frankly, quite frankly, at this point in modern day, that Bigfoot doesn't quite cut it. But I'm not saying that it's baseless.
Well, and most of like the images and the descriptions of Bigfoot, going back to even the early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, on what Dan was saying about how there's TV shows today about finding Bigfoot and all this kind of on like Discovery Plus, and they're more scientific type shows. There was a fucking sitcom in the late 80s, early 90s called Harry and the Hendersons of fucking Bigfoot that lived with a family. Like, it's not big. Obviously, Bigfoot's been around forever, right? Like, people have talked about it for years and years and years and years and years, going back to the 50s, as far back. Like, it's not like it's something that's just in our lifetime and we're the ones hearing about it. People have been talking about it forever, but there's so many stories of it and so many descriptions, so many paintings, so many visual aspects of it that it just takes one person to take that image, alter it slightly, make up some crazy story about where they were, how they saw it, and then run with it. Papers run with it. And, you know, you find a piece of deer shit that has hair in it, and it's like, oh, look, it's Bigfoot dropping. It's like, I don't know. It's just, it's really hard to wrap my head around that one. Aliens, though, that's a whole nother story for me. I think we have to be completely stupid to think that there's not another living organism in the entire universe.
I definitely.
Did you guys ever hear?
All right.
So did I come in on alien conversation?
Yes, girl.
Okay, just checking.
Bigfoot and aliens. What do you think about Bigfoot or aliens?
Why the fuck not? We can't be the only
She said,
quote
"Why
unquote
the
intelligent
fuck not?"
people on the universe in the universe.
Yeah.
I agree.
This is Ryan. Did any of you guys hear about the guy who got conned into thinking he was buying the body of Bigfoot, and it turned out to be a gorilla suit filled with rotten meat?
Yeah, that was a couple years ago. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No, dude, I never heard that.
I feel like that was somewhere in Ohio. I feel like I read that. That was like somewhere in
Probably
Ohio.
was in a fucking Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm having another drink, and I think that that's fitting for this type of conversation.
All right, what's your thoughts on the aliens? You just said why not? Who are we to think that there's not more intelligent life out there? Expand on that.
Well, depending on how you do or don't believe. For example, say you follow the whole God, I'm waving my hand in the air widely. Why would they create only one being capable of creating other technology? That's really narcissistic and foolish.
God didn't create anything. Let's start there.
Well, I'm just saying on one side, but period. Why would there only be us? Like, we can't be the only people smart in the universe.
True.
I'm pretty sure there are
can be.
very many animals out there that are smarter than a lot of humans that I have interacted with, for sure. So.
Yeah.
Like, who are we to say we're the only ones? That's just bullshit, in my opinion.
It's just amazing. Like, it sounds good. Like, I don't want to say that it doesn't sound good. What you're saying sounds logical, smart. But this is how I live life. is literally like everything up to this point for me to believe in it, something had to happen. So to me, until I see aliens in front of my fucking face, until I see fucking Bigfoot in front of my fucking face.
How do you know you haven't?
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit.
How do you know you haven't
seen
run
Elon
into
Musk.
a quote-unquote alien?
I know what an alien looks like.
I tend to agree with the
They wouldn't
premise that
tell you.
I live
If I was an alien, I wouldn't tell you.
It's
You'd
interesting
tell me I was
how
full of shit.
it's interesting how certain things. If I were to just tell you about some bullshit right now, okay, if I were to just tell you about some creature that was made from the fucking sky, from the fucking sun, you wouldn't believe it. You would think I was fucking crazy. You'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But for some reason, there's this universal okay.
Not really.
There's this universal okay. No, dude, that's what I'm saying. But that's my point. See what I'm saying?
So
how you just
take into
diminish. Caitlin, stop for a second. Caitlin, stop for a second. If
Don't
you,
yell at me.
if I just made up some bullshit fucking creature right now, okay, off the top of my head, for some reason, everybody would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You sound fucking crazy. You sound like nuts. You sound like you're going nuts." But for some reason, there's this universal thing like, guys, believe in Bigfoot, believe in aliens, believe in this, believe in that. It's like, how did we get there? How did we get to this universal fucking thinking that we're just going to be like, okay, guys, there should be something different than us?
I don't think.
Hold on, Brando, hold on. Let Caitlin go first.
Okay.
Go ahead,
she
Caitlin.
She wanted to follow up now.
So, take into account parts of... Now, I'm sticking to Earth because that's what we have, quote-unquote, the most research on.
That's what we know about, right, yeah.
Right. Amazon rainforest, you realize every so many years there's a new animal that is discovered that's never been seen before?
Yep.
So, again, why the fuck not?
And the
Why
only
couldn't
people
there
that
be
give a
something?
fuck about it is whoever is interested in that bullshit.
Let me say this real quick, Brando, and then you can go just because I want to piggyback off what Caitlin said. There was an article that just came out, I think this past week about in Antarctica, right? Like there was an iceberg that broke away, and I believe it revealed like a species of some sort of creature we've never seen before, right? Like so, there's all those kind of things. Like what's buried in the ice,
Or
in the
even
icebergs,
like in
right?
the
Like
depths of the ocean.
Right, yeah. The areas of the ocean that we haven't even explored, yeah.
That we
don't
can't
even know anything
explore.
about. Right, yeah.
There's probably even more in the ocean.
Real quick,
All right,
yeah.
go ahead, Brandon.
First off, Ryan said one thing that I was thinking. Yeah, there's the Amazon rainforest is one example. The ocean's probably the biggest example. But here's another thing, though. I think we're confused. That Bigfoot and aliens are not. I know that they seem like the same things, but they're not.
Yeah.
Like Bigfoot.
No, they're not. I think we're just talking about
no. I know.
both in general.
We are, but see, Dan was saying Bigfoot and aliens as if they were the same topic, and I'm saying that Bigfoot is almost demonstrably not around. We can't say shit about what extraterrestrial life might be out there because we haven't been on any other terrestrial places outside of maybe Mars and a rover.
About to go to Mars, baby.
You know what I mean? And that's what of our terrestrial neighborhood, right? There's so much other shit out there.
Mm-hmm.
So like aliens, there's no scientific evidence I would say for aliens, but I think the mathematical leaning for aliens and the probability of there being aliens is probably quite high, especially when you consider the ambiguous term of aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything that could be something like a mosquito, something like an paramecium, all the way to actual.
You know, even an octopus. I read something once. An octopus's DNA is so far and away from ours that they're almost considered "quote unquote" alien type or alien-like. I think it was an octopus or a squid.
Let's not do that. An octopus is a fucking octopus. It's not a goddamn alien. It's a goddamn
No, my
ocean
point
creature.
is if you look at the DNA, because certain animals have similar.
It is very different from ours. You're right. You're definitely right.
Dahlia, go ahead.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I'm
were gonna
quiet.
Who was gonna say something?
I think it was Live Tutor.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, don't you guys believe that an animal species over time could mutate?
100%.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, I mean,
not only do I believe that they can, I can show you.
I mean, hold on. That's animal species in general, right? Like they say whales.
Well, the humans
Whales
have.
are versions of dinosaurs, right? Like the whales were versions.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. She had a deeper point that got talked over. Can say that one more time, Live Tutor? She had something about Bigfoot and mutation. What were you saying?
Oh,
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I was saying, do you guys believe that over time that a species could mutate, such as Bigfoot?
I mean, first off, any species can and does mutate. Mutation is pretty much inevitable. That's what natural selection and evolution is essentially based on.
I think it
I
depends
feel like the
on
mutation
the
has
environmental
to
requirement.
take the form of whatever it you have to be. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to sound like an idiot here, but I feel like the mutation from what we see today and what it could have been 500 years ago, you have to be, in my opinion, you have to be able to see how that mutation could happen. So in my example, like they say whales were once land animals
that
over time, and I get it, evolution, blah, blah, blah. But also, it's possible that a whale's body was smaller and their fins were much larger, like legs or things like that. So you have to be able, in my opinion, you have to be able to see how that mutation can take place. When we talk about a Bigfoot, the 95% of people that talk about Bigfoot, a Bigfoot looks like a giant, hairy human. An oversized gorilla.
That's what I picture, yeah.
So
yeah,
I have some
I
friends
don't know
that
that,
must be
I mean, unless we're talking about a gorilla that just has a deformed DNA or a genetic code that isn't the same as any other gorilla, and it's
That's probably what it is, because that's what it looks like.
We would need it to be
imbalance.
It would have to be some gorilla that we would find in North America. Any fossils of this thing, this thing should be everywhere. If there, a lot of cryptozoologists would have us believe that there are big feet. That's the plural term. Everywhere, all over the American Northwest and the Canadian, South. What's that? West.
Really?
Like they would have us believe that crazy shit. But the thing is, we don't see any fossils of that shit anywhere in the fossil record. There are no fossils of big feet.
Well, if you think about it too, if you want to go along the lines of what Adam's saying,
Stupid as
gorilla mutation, why not a human mutation? Because there's already like giantism with humans, so why couldn't it mutate?
That's actually I like that idea, Caitlin. Actually, I kind of do like that idea, and
So,
it
like,
makes
why
a
the
bit more
fuck
sense if
not?
it's gonna be
Yeah, like if it's gonna look humanoid, it could
on
be
the homo side.
an
So
extra.
why would he just be randomly walking through forests at nighttime? Like, why wouldn't he just be a weirdo human living in a...
Well, I mean, there's a lot of mythology mixed in there too.
I mean, that's even still.
There's
why
all
not
these
walk through a forest at
theories
nighttime?
about like these humans that are shapeshifters and like all of this shit. But the thing about aliens too is that the Navy literally was like, yeah, we have pictures of UFOs. You guys are right.
Right.
So that does have proof as far as like people were saying this for years and then they had actual footage of this shit. Like, yeah, we don't know what this is, but yeah, you guys are right. Now that you found it, we have to say something.
They probably just got tired of it because there's just been so much proof of it. And they're just like, let's just
and
tell
at this point, listen, the
Yeah.
government's the government. Okay, there's shit they're not telling
But the government
us,
doesn't get
for
in
sure.
on Bigfoot.
They don't get it on Bigfoot,
Government
maybe,
doesn't
but
get it.
they're because they probably don't want us to find out about other shit they're doing. So
They don't want to know. They don't want us to know about all the experimentation.
I would not be surprised if there's all kinds of fucking shit out there.
Bigfoot is like Santa Claus. Do you guys believe in Santa Claus still at your ages? Do you guys believe in Santa Claus at your ages?
Why would
Do you motherfuckers? No, it's a point. A point I'm trying to make. It's a point I'm trying to
2021
fucking
for me.
make.
I'm gonna be so upset with you.
It's a point I'm. What happened? Do you not believe
Wait, what
Santa
gender
exists?
is Bigfoot? I'm just.
I swear to God, if you ruin
Gender-
my Christmas,
Okay,
What do you mean,
look,
what
I'm
gender's
sorry to tell
Bigfoot?
you,
Really,
but
Brian?
that's
I'm
your
asking. I'm
fiance
just
buying you
curious.
your gifts
So it's
and
gotta
wrapping them
be
up and putting
women
them
big
under the
feet and
tree.
men big
Well, it would
feet.
happen. It would happen.
I haven't heard any women big feet.
hold on,
It's always
hold
been
on,
a male.
time out. One mic. Let's bring a little order
Well, they
back
don't
around.
know because they don't get close enough to it to
To
inspect the
check them
gender.
out.
Oh, now we're just stepping into a whole other level of just yeah.
I
We going into a whole other level.
But
if
for it to
Bigfoot was
reproduce,
Bigfoot, don't you think Bigfoot would be Bigfoot?
Oh my
God.
I feel like generally the consensus is like, okay, what you believe or don't believe, like, it's not necessarily that you might believe something's out there, but there's nothing to say that it isn't. So it's not necessarily, oh yeah, I 100% believe this thing's a thing, but I can't say it isn't a thing because we have no fucking idea. So basically, we don't know shit.
and the only reason we don't,
Welcome
if
to my high
Bigfoot
school
ever
years.
terrorized New York or a city, then trust me, if
Everybody and their
Bigfoot
brother
ever
would know.
terrorized, then
Yeah.
everybody would
Right.
scientific studies. But because Bigfoot is trying to stay hidden,
But why do we
and
say it always as
aliens-
if there's only one of
and
them? There
aliens-
can't only
So,
be
oh
one.
my God, that's exactly. I literally was just thinking that, Brando.
Hello?
So,
And
It has to be a
aliens are
species.
trying to make themselves known. That's why
So
we
let's-
study more on aliens.
okay, hold
Let's
on.
just say that. Let's just say that Bigfoot is a bad experiment gone wrong, and that's just what it is.
Okay, so hold on, because Brando literally said what I was just thinking. So we were both on the same page here. Like, we talk about Bigfoot as if it's just this. There's like 2 or 3 of them across the whole entire world. Like that's all people see. Like, if
But they have.
this is a thing, why isn't there more of them then? Why isn't it a bigger species? Why isn't it a why is it such a like a scarce
But why?
thing?
There could be more, but maybe we just don't see them because maybe they live
Maybe
hidden
they have
in
low
caves or something like
reproduction
that.
rate.
Maybe
I've been
Bigfoot.
kind of attacking the idea, sort of, but while at the same time kind of avoiding saying the
I
one
like
thing.
Brandon would be a good Bigfoot hunter.
while saying the one thing that the article that I sent you does mention. So, before we actually discovered gorillas, we didn't and we really kind of found them in a weird way. So there was a valley, a weird valley, and not a lot of people really went there, but there were people who lived there, of course, and they always talked about the gorillas. They always talked about these crazy ass, big ass things that no one really fucked with. Like the outsiders never knew about them. Like people like us would hear about this shit and be like, just like Dan, right? This shit is bullshit. This shit doesn't exist. What the fuck? And we would actually even go there and not really fucking see them until a few biologists did see them. And you know what can happen if a gorilla attacks a person. Gorillas don't really attack people like that. Primates in general don't attack people normally. But imagine primates that have never really seen people. And it turns out there were thousands of them, just like the people said. They did exist, just like the people said, so on and so forth. Now, here's the thing. That can happen, which is why in science, there's no such thing as absolutes. You don't absolutely know shit. Things can always go awry. Things can always change. There's no guarantee of anything. But the reality is, the likelihood of Bigfoot is just very, very low. And I think we can probably close the
I got something to say on that a little too myself.
Justin just got in.
Okay.
So, I believe in reasonable doubt, right? I believe that you have to prove something to as far as we can know amount. So what I understand from whatever the amount of knowledge I have on certain subjects, I know that there are parts of this planet that haven't been explored. I know that there are depths of the ocean that we're not advanced enough to reach yet. I know that there are unexplored cave systems. I know that there are weird as fuck animals out there. All right, like Australia, the Galapagos Islands, like fucking parts of Asia, Africa. Like there are weird as shit animals out there. Holdovers from, before we were human. I will say though that we do know that animals leave things behind, right? An animal of that thing's size has to eat something, right? Like, what is it? Is it killing animals? Is it killing? Is it eating plants? Right? Like it. Like, what is it doing to
Referring to
maintain the
Bigfoot?
metabolism that high? Like, it's not leaving behind corpses, right? It's not leaving like.
You're
I don't know.
referring to Bigfoot though, right?
What happened?
You're referring to Bigfoot though, right?
Yeah, yeah. So like like if you compare Bigfoot to aliens, it makes more sense to believe in the probability of aliens than the probability of Bigfoot.
Yeah, and that seems like where everybody's on the same page on that.
Ayo, tell me, everyone who just listened to me talk, tell me, is Justin or is he not my spirit brother? Did he or did he not just reiterate everything that I just fucking said? Wow.
What if the way the Bigfoot survived all these centuries is fishing and being a plant eater?
The thing is, the places that we haven't explored are places Bigfoot has never, been logic. Like, it makes sense for Bigfoot to live, right? Like, we have, like, we are exploring the Amazon, but like other forests where we think Bigfoot lived, I think we've explored those forests. I'm pretty sure habitable places where these people have seen this thing have been already mapped out. Right, like, what is it doing to fuck with the ecology there?
Hold on, wait. What the ecology where, like the Amazon, or you're saying where it's been or hasn't been?
In the places where it has been supposedly seen.
Where it's been seen. Okay.
How is it messing with the flora? How is it messing with the fauna? Right, like it has to eat something. It has to eat a certain amount of something.
Yeah, don't use all these scientific words on me. Shit. Okay, hold on.
Plants and animals.
Thank you.
They're plants.
Brother, thank you. All right, way to stupefy it for me. I appreciate that. No. Well, I think a lot of the shit that we know about Bigfoot, a lot of people, I mean, my understanding, what I've read is that it lives more off plants than it does animals. So here's my thing on that then. If it is a real thing, what is it getting from plants to be as big and as strong as and whatever
That's what I'm saying.
as it says it is, whereas you see these vegans and vegetarians that are gray and deathly looking, like why aren't they big and strong like a fucking Bigfoot?
You mean like elephants? I mean, they eat plants. No, I was just
and look at just human beings. I mean, look at these basketball players that are 7 feet tall. They didn't get 7 feet tall because they're meat eaters. They got 7 feet tall because it was, part of their DNA with their parents.
True, but they have a diet, right? Like they eat a certain amount, right? Like we can tell a calorie count, right? And we can tell calorie counts from like gorillas, chimpanzees, shit like that. So if this thing is larger, is this thing like built like a human being or built like a gorilla? Like,
right?
Because it has to maintain a metabolism.
Right. No, I that's what I was gonna say. I was like, now if this thing was an herbivore, I mean, you would figure that there would be much more human encounters. That's because they would have to forage so far and so wide just to maintain the body weight, right?
Yeah, I just think it's weird because it is a big type of person. Visually, it's huge.
What if that's why they were seen? Because they were in places where they're not normally supposed to be in. What if they were exploring and trying to reach out to us, but natural reaction is for people to go out there with rifles and all their military gear?
Not really, because the videos they've shot of have been very silent. I mean, there's so many videos of Bigfoot around, and they haven't been,
have you heard of the Bigfoot like scream or some shit like that?
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's really eerie and creepy.
kind of human-like. What if it's a crossbreed? Like one of the people said, like
One of the Russian
That's what I
ape-men
was thinking
experiments.
too.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking
What if it's a
too.
cross? Like some sicko person crossed
Yeah.
a gorilla with a human and then released it into the wild, and now we got Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm. You released it into the wild. That's
It
just
could
crazy.
also
Yo,
be that
if we got a human that is that smart, we need to find that guy or woman. Excuse me.
We gotta release it to the Amazon.
Well, any
or damn
species knows how to survive based on just, instinct. Human or not human. Survive.
But again, these things aren't like, where are their bodies?
Imagine if they have the intellect of a human, maybe they buried their bodies in caves. Maybe they burned their bodies, for all we know.
Yeah, because visually it's a big giant.
Wait,
And it's hairy, and it walks like a human, and it's just like a furry human, pretty much.
We gotta determine, like, we gotta be specific here, because different animals live in different environments, right? Is this thing like it has anything about this thing been like cave capable, right? Like,
I haven't seen anything mentioned about that though, honestly. And
There's
I'm
never
kinda
ever a lot of
into it.
facts about where it lives and how it lives.
Yeah.
It's just
usually
about
just,
a
oh my
matter
God,
of
I
seeing
saw
where
it.
it's being seen.
no,
and how it
because you
eats.
can estimate how it lives by where you see it, right? Like, you can see a bear in the forest, right? Like
Right.
or where the fuck bears live. Like, you know where you're gonna find most likely an animal of that kind.
Mm-hmm. I think it goes to the forest and is seen by humans when it's going out for food. And then when it's not seen, it goes back into a cave. And we know that you can have water that runs through and in caves. So he could fish without being seen, but he would have to go out of the cave.
So this giant
plants.
hairy ape lives in a cavern underneath a forest, and when it's not in the forest, it's fishing. Why is it in
But
the
it
forest?
may not be an ape. We're just assuming because it looks like an ape, but it's
I need to
DNA
be high for
structure.
this.
Could be
It's
something
man,
else.
bear, pig.
I can only have this.
Oh, thank you for the South
I mean,
Park reference.
Whether or
I don't
not
give a
it may
shit
or may
about
not be
it.
an ape, it's supposed to be a primate, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
supposed to be some sort of a primate, correct?
It's a giant
I think
marsupial.
it's a mammal.
We haven't
A
discussed
giant marsupial, Nico says.
We haven't
It's man, bear,
determined
pig.
if we say it's a primate or not.
I think it's definitely
I'm
a
totally
mammal.
serial.
I think it's
Oh my God, it's man, bear, pig.
Yeah,
I'm totally serial.
Y'all ever heard of the movie The Descent?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I'm
Um,
looking at a picture of it, and it really does look how
I
I've
have heard of
described
that.
it. Just a human that's very furry, and he's got his face like a human, like an ape. I mean, it's so
If it-
trippy.
First
It
off,
really
So
is.
many years
living
ago,
in
some dude put
caves,
on a hairy
it would
costume and
have
play a prank,
very poor
and it just spiraled out of
eyesight
control.
out in the open, right? Like,
No, I don't
There's
think a
no-
human would risk getting shot just to
Yeah.
the masses.
No, I don't think so either. Honestly.
All I'll say is that something that
there's like a
Humans
big
risk-
It's a
society.
phony.
Humans
Hold
do
on,
that
hold on,
every
guys.
day.
One mic. Ryan, go ahead, go.
I mean, all I'll really say is that something that's as supposedly as prominent as Bigfoot, I mean, there's no reason why something like that shouldn't be documented or recorded somehow. It's just
At this
as far as we
point,
know, it
at this
hasn't.
point, we know everything else. We
There's
know
too many
so
people
much
looking
about other
for it,
shit.
too.
The internet was here before it became a thing.
Do we? Do we?
Bro,
No, we don't know everything.
come
do
on,
know.
somebody's
Do we
got
know
to
what
out
we need
there.
to know?
Somebody's
No, I
got
think
to.
we
Of
know
course, we don't know everything.
I think we know enough to infer Bigfoot's like highly likely not to be a thing. Like,
You think it's maybe
Right.
just like a huge myth or whatever, just like something that
It's bullshit.
I think at this
bullshit.
point,
Just like
Bigfoot
the
is
Loch
a
Ness
meme.
Monster.
Like, maybe there was some
I
Bigfoot
agree
like
with
thing that
Label.
somebody saw. Maybe a few people seen it, but now it's become so divorced from what it originally was. that
No
it's
one
What if
believes
it,
it.
what if it was like a
empty now.
deformed ass fucking
It's
just
amazing how
bear?
Justin is saying what the fuck.
Hey,
I
hold
said.
on. Can we discuss the chupacabras? Because that's another one.
Chupacabra.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Jersey Devil.
I forgot
All
all
it
about
Okay, I have
that.
a
Texas.
question. I've heard
What?
of the chupacabra, but what does it look like?
So, oh my gosh.
Tasmanian
So
devil.
it looks like a T-Rex, literally with wings.
It looks like a T-Rex. Wait,
Shut up,
wait.
because I
It
know
drinks
Fred calls me
goat
that.
blood, but
Don't
it's
judge me.
I thought it was like half goat and half person, like a fawn or something.
No, no,
No, that's
it
a
literally
satyr.
looks like a. It looks like a
Yo,
little
I think
T-Rex, and it has
Bigfoot is a
wings on it.
fucking satyr-like thing. Like, what if
That's what I thought too.
That's supposed to be a Yeti. That's supposed to be what the Yeti looks like.
Folklore.
No,
So, no.
the Yeti is a Bigfoot. The Yeti is a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Like literally.
The Yeti is supposed to be half human, half like a goat-looking thing.
Yeah, no, Bigfoot does not look like that. Bigfoot looks like half human, half monkey, or half gorilla. That's literally what he looks like.
The Sasquatch, the Yeti, the abominable snowman, and Bigfoot.
They
Those
all
the
seem to
same
be
creature.
synonymous.
And the thing is that Bigfoot, like looking at it, because I'm looking at pictures of it, like it doesn't even look like it's like it's anything out of the ordinary, like that would make it stand out, like not a human. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like it just looks
the
so
real
much.
topic here is they all seem to be men. Ladies, does that piss you off?
Wait, we've been through this line of conversation.
I'm like, we know Sasquatch is real. We've seen the Jack Link's commercials.
I think we said all that can be said about this.
We know he's
Okay,
real.
remember when the original question was, the aliens or the Bigfoot? I have a question. Okay, you say no Bigfoot, but aliens, yes, or no, excuse me. If you say yes to the Bigfoot, but no aliens, then how do we explain what is it called? Area 51, which is where they so-called
Area
have
51.
actual alien bodies?
I got it. The aliens dropped off Bigfoot.
But why do we think
I knew
that?
it.
Why do we think Area 51 actually has aliens there?
That's what I've always wondered.
They've always said that they had though.
Okay,
Who's
because
they?
you can go
Yeah,
on
who is
YouTube and
they?
see the little gray men, whatever.
I think
Only aliens I know.
I think that more than and this is a fact. I mean, Area 51 is primarily a testing ground for military hardware. So I mean, drones were tested in the
does
80s.
The podcast still exist anymore? Like,
The where?
I said, does
Really
the
quick for the
podcast still
audience
exist?
who wants to
Like-
come up and talk, just raise your hand and we'll go ahead and add you. There's like 5 people down there, so if you want to come up and talk, just
No, I'm
raise
not
your
saying
hand.
that there aren't aliens out there. I mean, there's billions of worlds, so I mean, or hundreds of billions of worlds out there, and you'd figure somewhere there's a place that's inhabitable.
There has to be some sort of organism out there.
You know, we aliens.
Bigfoot lives in Area 51. That's why we never found him.
There it
We
is.
are.
I knew it.
We are aliens.
To someone, somewhere.
Well, to someone else, we're aliens.
Yeah, to someone
Area
else. for
51
sure.
Area
My baby
51
mom's
can
an
mean many
alien.
different things because it's owned by the government. The government could call it Area ABC, and we would still be like, oh, I wonder what Area ABC is. Area 51, whatever. Like, they call it Area 51 and say, oh, well, this is where a UFO crash landed, whatever. Yada,
Right,
yada,
that was
yada.
in what 1947, Roswell.
I have a question.
Yeah, so the government can say whatever the hell they want to say about it, but outside of Area 51 or any other thing, to think, I'm under the belief that to think that there's not some other living organism. I'm not saying a human. I'm not saying a lifelike thing. I'm not saying
Right, anything
a little
sentient
dude
by
with
how
a
we-
big old bobbly head and 3 fingers and 17 toes comes down here. I'm just saying some sort of living organism that thrives off another universe that we don't have any clue about. That's alien-like to me. That's what that means. That to think that there's not something out there like that is that's us being dumb to think that way.
Can we
in
say
my
science
opinion.
enough though when it comes?
All right, guys, one second.
It doesn't
Stop.
exist. It must be true.
Ryan, go ahead. You had a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. So since we're all supposedly aliens, and I mean, with that logic, that would mean
Just
Bigfoot is an alien. What do you think Bigfoot would do if he encountered Trump's wall?
Oh my gosh!
Shit on it.
Of course.
Maybe he climb it.
Step over it because that seems to be what all the other people do.
I can't.
They just walk
I don't
through
know,
it.
how tall is Bigfoot supposed
He'd be like,
to
"What is
be to
this?"
supposed to be?
Let me see.
11 feet.
I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
7.5 to 8.5 feet.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for Ryan breaking the monotony. Who is doing that? Thank you, God, for breaking the monotony that is this fucking conversation that has been run into the goddamn ground. Jesus Christ. You guys can really focus on fucking Bigfoot for 2 hours. Holy
It's interesting stuff.
Oh, my God.
It is.
That's aggressive. Look, we got to sign off.
No. Listen. I tried to shut the conversation down before Justin got in here and pretty much reiterated everything that I said. I literally said, close time.
No,
Brando. It's okay. We can only talk about dicks and pussies for so long. Jesus Christ.
He's showing that's little dick energy coming from you, Adam.
Yeah, Adam, it's okay, sweetheart.
That's white
I know
dick
we
energy
all.
coming.
It's okay, Adam. One round, Adam. I get it.
Oh my
It's
God.
okay.
No, not everybody wants to just talk about dicks and farts and pussies. Like sometimes we have a fucking deep conversation about some
Not
shit.
everybody wants to
Jesus
talk
Christ.
about Bigfoot for
I mean,
2
I kinda
hours.
agree with Adam. Like, yeah.
Have you guys really been doing on this for 2 hours?
Well, wait a minute.
We were talking.
This has been most of the
We
show.
talk about dick at all. We talked about the Louisiana
I'm just
guy
saying
liking
that's our
ass.
standard topic of choice. is Dicks and pussies. and how big
Standard
dicks
topic
are,
of choice.
How long you can fuck for, and how wet you can make a pussy, and how far you can make her squirt, and everything else.
That's unfortunate that you can do that, Adam.
Then Brando and I need to start a fucking podcast where we can talk about that stuff because
Yeah, we need to have this. We need our own podcast.
I'm trying to. I'm
I'll be waiting.
Yeah. We're gonna do a sideshow.
Oh,
Yeah, comfortably poor after hours.
Brando, Room to the Hills.
Yeah,
They have a room for you on Clubhouse that I would like to.
And it's funny because the raunchier it is, I promise you, the more you'll tell
Listen,
your
the
freaky
reason
little
why
friends.
we have been able to attract as many people is because of them wanting to hear what outlandish shit is going to be said. For the people.
That's true.
Well, you know, sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Okay? Sometimes things happen. Okay, we typically don't have this type of room up. But here's the deal. I just want to say bye to
anything else to the table.
I want to say bye to the people on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. Juan, I'm sorry that Key Baby scared you from calling in. Ryan, thank you for coming into Clubhouse to watch us. Justin, same thing. No, he wrote in the comments. He wrote, "I'm scared to call in."
Hey, I love her though, and she actually stuck around quite a bit to listen to us.
Key Baby,
Yeah, you got me too.
Can I just say, I got me 5'd.
No,
okay.
she didn't. She was listening.
That was so aggressive. I got me 10'd.
Sexual harassment.
Yeah.
I had to meet her a couple times, but
Yeah, listen, I love Key Baby. Let's make it very clear. That's my girl right there. I'm not gonna let fucking people tell me anything about her. That's my girl. She's a little kooky, but we love kooky people. For all you guys watching us, though, follow us, CPPod 100. And
Get Clubhouse, you fucking loser.
Get Clubhouse. It's available for Android now. So if you definitely if you have an Android, you can now join the party. Okay, you losers, come and join us and search Comfortably Poor in the search.
For sale.
Yeah, invites 100 a pop, 100 a pop. Okay, invites. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, and new episodes coming out Tuesday, so make sure you're sticking with us there. The Versus every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern, going in the 6 o'clock Pacific. 2 hours, 2.5 hours of really good music, just throwing it back sometimes. And it's 20 rounds. Adam and I going head to head. This week the poll is up. Last week's second choice has now been put on this week's poll, which was power ballads, which would be really fun. But what were the other ones up there, bro?
Power ballads, one-hit wonders, girl bands versus boy bands, and Motown.
Okay.
Currently, it is all tied up. The last time I looked, it may be different actually because I haven't looked since like noon today. But
it's still tied.
It was all tied up with. Well, let me say this: Motown was up by 1%, but it's this. It's basically Motown girl bands versus boy bands and one-hit wonders right now.
Wow.
So at CPPod 100, go check out the poll, vote, tell all your friends to vote. A puppy dies every time someone doesn't vote, so make sure to vote. Also,
Yeah,
we
baby's
are
born
switching up our
trans.
schedule a little bit, so be on the lookout for that. How we release the podcast. If you fuck with the podcast, we appreciate that. That is going to be changing. It still will be on Tuesdays, but we're going to probably just go to a little bit of an extended version 1 day a week, because we are trying to build a few different things here, and we need to make sure we're putting enough emphasis into everything. So for those that fuck with the podcast, it's probably going to go to 1 day.
If you missed last week's Verse Day, please go to our website, comfortablypoor.com. You can go ahead and listen to it right there. We're going to eventually throw that up as a podcast so that people can see, so that people can grab things off of, podcast platforms. I know there's a little bit of a discrepancy with that kind of stuff because of music, but we're going to try to make it work so that it's a little easier for people to reach. But as of right now, comfortablypoor.com is where you can go to catch all the verses when they're done. So everybody voting, all the songs, the clips, things that were said. So it's always a really, really good time. So make sure you join us there. Happy hour every Fridays at 6 o'clock Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. We just get together to kind of end the week together. 30 minutes, 45 minutes of the Comfortably Poor Boys just hanging out with you. Everybody's
Yesterday's
welcome.
was a dope conversation also.
Yesterday really ended up being super cool and super deep. And so we want you guys to be there for those conversations. All right. Thank you for those on YouTube. The after party